Have you ever thought about how your perception of someone can keep you from seeing an important part of who they really are? I remember the first time I ever saw my dad cry. It was at his sister's funeral. I remember thinking how strange that was. I'd always seen my dad as someone who kept those kind of responses to himself. At the time, I thought my dad was just losing control. But as I grew older, I realized it was just my dad being a human being. We're that way with Jesus sometimes. For example, the idea of Jesus being angry just doesn't set well with some people. In Matthew 21:12 through 13, we read how Jesus went into the temple area and drove out all who were selling there. He overturned the tables and benches of the money changers and those who were selling doves. He declared in verse 13, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." He was angry because the house of God was being dishonored. Yeah, Jesus was angry. That may not set well if we compare Jesus' anger to our own. Our anger is often tainted and motivated by sin. Jesus' anger, like every other part of his character, is consistent with holiness. Jesus didn't always respond with anger when he saw sinful things happening, but when our perception of Jesus has no room for him to be angry about sin, we miss seeing an important part of who he is, a holy God who has a holy hatred of sin. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.